my channel. Welcome back to another video. I hope that everybody is well and keeping safe. As promised in my last video, the one that I posted before this one, I mentioned that I would have done a little sit down chit chat video for you guys, just briefly talking about why I stopped posting on YouTube, why I went MIA for quite some time. By the way, if you have not seen that video, pause this one, go back to watch that video, and then come on back here, okay? But yeah, so that's basically what this video is going to be about. Just me chit chatting with you about a little bit about what went on with me, and also a little life update. Anywho, let's get into this video. So, as many of you can relate, I'm sure many of you can relate and agree with me that 2020 was a trying year. 2020 was a testing year. 2020 was a year. There are some people who, 2020 was a great year for them, but I think for the majority, 2020 was just a crazy year. In addition to the worldwide pandemic that's going on, everybody had their own personal things dealing with, in their families, in their relationships, and so on and so forth, myself included. So yeah, I started YouTube around this time last year. So it had I continued, it would have been like a year of consistent posting. And I started off great, I started off consistent, I started off great, and then life happened. That is the best way that I can explain it. Life happened. I had content lined up. I had video ideas that I had written down. I was actually supposed to do a collab video with a friend of mine, about music and stuff. But then our schedules kept clashing, and clearly that didn't happen again. And this is something that I have spoken about openly. I think I actually have a video about it. It's no secret that I have battled with depression and anxiety, and I started having those episodes again. And the tricky thing about that, and the tough thing about that, was that I didn't quite know what my triggers were. I didn't really know what triggered those depressive episodes at the time. So that kind of weighed heavily on me. And then different changes were happening in my life, in my relationships, in my friendships. And I was just getting to a point where I was really frustrated mentally and emotionally, because I had graduated. I had a plan as to how the rest of my year was going to be. After graduation, I didn't have a job. I wasn't able to get a job. It was just a lot mentally, and I just didn't have that drive that was there when I first started YouTube. And I try my best to be as genuine and as authentic as I possibly can, and I cannot really hide how I feeling. Like, my face will tell you exactly what's going on with me, or not necessarily what's going on with me, but my face will let you know that something is wrong. So even if I would have tried posting videos, even if I would have continued posting videos, you would be able to tell that something was wrong. And I just didn't have the drive, I didn't have the motivation to keep posting videos. I wanted to get back to a place where I was just mentally better, mentally ready to just do the videos. So yeah, dealt with that whole depression thing, and then sending out applications for jobs, and then I wasn't able to get a job. And that was getting frustrating because I was kind of getting irritated with being in the house I was accustomed to a routine, being at school or going to work and stuff. I would be occupied. I wouldn't just be in the house. So yes, YouTube was something that kept me active, that gave me something to do. But after a while, it just felt like, ugh, I need to get out of the house. I need to. And on top of that, I was thinking about, I have student loans, and I was thinking that, towards the end of the year, I would have had to, start paying back my student loans. And I'm like, bro, I don't have a job. Where are I going to get the money to start paying on these loans? And I'm an overthinker. Those of you who know me know that. And just a whole bunch of things were going on in my mind all at the same time, all at once. So basically a few months passed, and then I was like, okay, I think I'm going to try, to post. And I did do 1 or 2 videos, but I never posted them because I just wasn't happy with them. I wasn't okay with them. And I was just like, ugh, whatever. And then it was, I believe, around October time. Certain things happened and that kind of really messed me up emotionally and mentally. And I don't really talk a lot, and that's not a good thing, but I tend to internalize a lot, and I tend to try to deal with things on my own. And if it gets to a point where I really cannot handle it, then I will talk. But it was a build-up of stuff over a period of time, and yeah, I don't know if some of you know about the pressure cooker syndrome. Well, basically, if you don't remove the cap, like, the thing just going to explode, like poof. Or if you have like a bowl of water and like water keeps dropping into it and dropping and dropping and dropping, if you never remove the bowl when it gets full and like throw out the water when the bowl gets full, it's going to overflow. And so certain things happened in October that I think I should have spoken about, that I should have probably got counseling for, and I didn't. And then things just kept piling on. And then in December, I lost my grandfather. My grandfather died, and that kind of shook my core a little bit, because I don't like death. I don't think anybody likes death. We all have to be prepared, and so on and so forth. Yes, I agree with that. But there's just something about death and about funerals that I just cannot handle. And I remember in 2020, I told God one thing that I just would not be able to deal with is death of a loved one. Like, it didn't have to be family, just somebody that was close to me or somebody that I knew. I was like, Lord, this day has already been trying, and that is one thing that I cannot deal with. And then that is the one thing that happened at the end of the year, and just yeah. So that happened in December, and time went on, and started, I wouldn't say getting over it, but just started coping with a new way of life. Like, he's no longer here, and so on and so forth. And then January came, and I was like, okay, I'm going to start off the year right. I'm going to start off the year, getting back consistent with YouTube, getting back on my stuff, just getting back at it. And that didn't happen, because basically I had carried things from 2020 into 2021, things that I didn't deal with, that I should have dealt with. So before I continue, my encouragement to you is, don't be like me. Talk. If you're going through something, find somebody that you can confide in and talk about it. Deal with things head on. Don't let things sit with you and just sit there replaying the thing over and over and over and over in your mind. Like, get help if you need the help. And yeah, so he died in December. January came, February came, and then March came. Now this was like, I would say this is a life update that I finally got a job. I got a job in November, thank God. I'll talk about that later on. But work was starting to get a bit stressful so that's kind of added to my mental state. But anyway, January came, and my uncle basically, so he had a battle with cancer. We'll just put it that way. He had a battle with cancer, and in December I would say he was fine. We were all at the funeral for my grandfather. We were all together and everything, and he was fine. He was up on his feet and everything. But it's like, from the time January, like late January, February came, like things just took a turn. And then fast forward, unfortunately, in March he transitioned from this world, this earth, to be with, I like to say, he went to meet grandpa. So yeah, my uncle died in March, just about 3 months after we had buried my grandfather, who was his father. So as you can imagine, that was tough to deal with. That was tough for my family to deal with, because we had just been there, buried my grandfather and stuff, and then to be in that space again, it was tough. And he and we were close. When I was younger, he was the very first person to give me the nickname Spoil. He would always call me Spoil, Gate, and just always smother me, my sisters, my cousins, with kisses whenever he would see us. Whenever he would see us, he would say, young ones. That's what he would refer to us as. So that was a tough one. Okay, that was a really tough one, a tough pill to swallow. It is still a tough pill to swallow, because sometimes I'm like, did that really happen? Did it really happen? Because it really felt like a dream. Well, not really a dream, it felt like a nightmare, like that really happened. But yeah, it happened, and that was a major trigger for me, a major trigger for me. It basically triggered a very deep and dark, depressive episode where I just didn't want to deal with the outside world, and it started affecting my health. It started affecting me, with work, because dealing with grief and then dealing with the stress of work and stuff. It was just, yeah. So that started messing with my health, and started dealing with high blood pressure. Had to go on sick leave from work, take some time off to try to get myself back to a place where I was mentally okay. But yeah, there was just so many things that happened in 2020, just from the time of my very last video to now, that I really needed to take a break. I really needed to take a step back and get myself right, get myself together, because honestly, you cannot be good for anybody if you are not good for yourself. And there is something that I've been saying since this year start. Hashtag it's personal. Like, it's personal. I've spent a lot of time, putting others first, putting other people's feelings before mine, putting other people's emotions before mine, trying my best to be there for others, trying my best to just overextending myself and extending grace to others that I never really extended to myself. So this year it's personal, just on a journey trying to learn my triggers, so that I will know, okay, this is a trigger and this is how I have to deal with this situation or deal with this trigger in order to not get into that depressive mode, in order to not have to deal with anxiety and stuff. And yeah, so I'm not leaving YouTube, guys. I'm not leaving YouTube. I am here, I am back. I will say that I'm not going to make any promises that I'm going to be posting every week, or posting every 2 weeks or so on. I'll just say that I'll be posting, and just be patient with me as I am learning to be patient with myself, and just give myself grace. And yeah, that's that. Life updates, quick life updates. Like I said, I got a job. Thank you, Jesus. I got a job back in November. So praise the Lord for that. I'm working. I can start putting money on my loans. Well, I've already started, so thank the Lord. What else? I recently signed with management. I recently signed with a label a few months ago. I think back in April or March or February. A few months ago, I signed with a label. I signed with Y2 Music. So I have management, as many of you may know, and to those of you who don't know, because I noticed that I have a few new subscribers, I have my bachelor's degree in music. And yeah, that's another thing that I told myself that I wanted to just start taking really seriously this year, and it's my music, because I have songs written, I have songs just sitting there waiting to be released. So I signed with management, so I am officially an artist now. Yeah, so I got a job, I officially have management, and I'm with a label. What else? Your girl started back working out, exercising, trying to eat right. And honestly, it's not so much about losing weight, it's more so of a lifestyle change. It's more so of just doing something to keep me mentally sane. Like, since I started working out and just being active, I've been smiling more. I've been feeling a lot lighter. I've been feeling a lot happier. My mental space is a lot clearer. So yeah, your girl started working out again. Pray for me so I'll stay on it, so I'll remain consistent. What else is new? These are like the top 3 things that come to mind right now. What else? I think that's about it, right? Honestly, that's pretty much about it. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening to me talk and listening to me ramble on for a couple minutes out of your day. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumb up if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications so that don't forget to turn on your post notifications and hit that bell, so whenever I upload a video, you will get notified. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for those of you who have been supporting me, who continue to support me. And yeah. Oh, and shout out to my new subscribers. Shout out to you. But yeah, thanks again for watching. See you guys in my next video. there is a video dropping very very soon after this one. I just really needed to get this video out before I posted that one. And yeah, we got some content coming. See you guys in my next video.